One thing we should all learn from men as women is putting ourselves first. Yeah. A man will leave a woman with kids all because he's putting himself first. A man will choose to cheat on you all because he's putting his happiness first. Yeah. A man will lie to you all because he's protecting his peace. So in conclusion, as a woman, stop being selfless and start being a little bit more selfish. Yeah. Put yourself first because men will always put themselves first. And don't feel guilty about it at all.
This is what happens when you focus on yourself. And I mean heavily focus on yourself. People start to show up in your life, the right people. Opportunities start to come out of the woodworks like thin air. Money starts to flow to you like water. Things just seem so much easier in life, like everything is so aligned. And it's all because you started to focus on yourself. You started to shift the focus from other people onto yourself. And I don't mean it in a cocky way where you don't care about others. I mean that you're pouring so much into yourself that it's literally seeping out and attracting everything that you're wanting effortlessly. This is why it's important for you to focus on you so that other things and people can focus on you too.
I put me first. I love my daughter. I love my family. And when I was married, I loved my husband. But I put me first. I put my mentality first. And I protect my peace, my energy first. Because if I'm good and I'm making sure I have the right synergy around me, the right atmosphere, the right people around me, then I know my daughter's going to be good.
You haven't received the relationship that you actually want because you haven't met yourself yet. Let that land. See, we attract from our identity and not our desire. Wanting a relationship isn't enough. Relationships in our lives usually mirror self-concept. And the moment that you can understand that past relationships was just feedback and not punishment, the quicker you can move on. When you don't know yourself, you tend to outsource your worth. This is usually when you start to either overgive, stay too long, or completely ignore red flags just to feel chosen. And something important to note is that boundaries are not rules. They are just self-recognition. Knowing what you tolerate versus what you value is very important. The relationship that you want cannot find you if you are not showing up for yourself. Don't allow someone else to decide who you are. If you find yourself in this weird gray area and you want to bridge the gap, I want you to hit the link in my bio and book a call.
A woman who chooses herself will never wait to be chosen. She's not waiting for a text, a promotion, or an apology. She's in motion. She keeps her nails done and does her hair and makeup like she has places to be, because she does. She takes herself on dates, reads the books that makes her better, and invests in the coach that keeps her accountable. She shows up online like the brand she's building depends on it. She doesn't shrink to fit rooms. She polishes herself until she belongs in better ones. Because she knows every time she pours into herself, her standards rise. And anything that doesn't meet her there, she walks away gracefully. She knows the most expensive thing that she could ever lose is herself. That's why she invests in her habits like assets, because becoming that woman is a full-time job. And when your habits match your vision, life starts meeting you at your level.
You know what's funny? Women are finally saying, I choose myself. And suddenly everybody acts like she just announced she's joining a biker gang and abandoning society.
I am a proudly selfish woman, and when I say that, I can already feel the pushback because that's not what a woman is supposed to be. A woman is supposed to give all of herself, to drive herself into the ground, to drive herself until she's haggard and has nothing left to give, and all of her value has been extracted out of her. That is an honorable woman. However, that is not who I am. I do what I want, when I want, and I make decisions that serve me. My entire world revolves around me, because who else is it going to revolve around? My labor is my own. My emotional labor, my physical labor, almost 100% of my labor goes directly into me. And yes, I give of it to friends and family when I would like to, but the majority of it goes into me, and I reap the benefits in my life. I've always said in my videos that a woman who invests in herself gets better with time, and I see that over the years. I also don't do things that I don't want to do. I'm one of the only women in my bloodline who has the privilege, who has the freedom and the abilities to live a free life. And so I use my free will. I can be selfish because it's just the luck of my life. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. With this one life that I have, I am going to take advantage of that fully. And before you say, oh, we shouldn't be like that, understand that every man is like that. And even if they do something that's selfless or seemingly selfless, there usually is a self-serving reason for it underneath. Now, the difference between a woman who's selfish is that as women, we are empathetic, we are giving, we are nurturing, we are humanitarian in nature. And what a woman has, she multiplies. You can trust a woman to do that. And so we naturally will gravitate towards that. And whatever you pour into yourself, your cup will runneth over, and the people in your life are going to benefit from that. If you've been conditioned to put yourself last, to give all of yourself to everybody else, let this be your sign that it is going to be completely okay and actually more beneficial to you and everybody else when you put yourself first and you start having some boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. And once you have a program, like a strict program, people will get on board.
Like, girl, relax. She bought a planner, started drinking water, and stopped answering "what do you do" texts after midnight.
Feminine women don't choose men first, they choose themselves. When a woman is regulated, embodied, and self-anchored, she doesn't cling. She opens selectively. That's not coldness, that's self-respect. And the glow bundle was the first step.
You know who I'm really growing to respect in this early 30s part of my life? As I look around at the girls who I know invested a lot into relationships, I respect the ones who got this close to everything that they ever wanted and still chose to walk away. I don't even really need to know the reason. My nosy ass wants to know the reason. When I just kind of see a girl going from, or a woman going from being really invested in a relationship, probably even got the ring or real close to the ring or the moved in, got the house, like got all the things, and then that man is gone. I know that really fucked you up, G. I know it fucked you up to have to walk away. Because it's like, not only have we been conditioned that the man and the child and the family and the American dream and the house and all the things is like the pinnacle of success for women, but also the fact that, like, when women get invested, we really get invested. We give chance after chance. We really try to allow, like, improvements to be made before you just walk away from what you've put in. And a lot of women won't walk away, especially once you get to the engagement. You know how many women stay because they made it that far and they don't want to, like, lose all the work or all the efforts that they've put into that relationship, or even the man for that matter. Like, I just respect the willingness to start over, or to say, you know what, like, this just still isn't for me and I'm not going to sign up for it for the rest of my life. Like, the thought of that is scary. So that's why I got so much respect, because, like, y'all are really standing on what you want and that self-worth, and not settling and waiting for God's promises, even though you thought that was it. So if that's you, I'm sending you so much love and just kudos for choosing yourself.
When you're a woman who chooses herself first, then you learn to set boundaries and set standards for your well-being. You stop sacrificing yourself. You don't have burnout. You have really good parameters in which you act in. So if you're not choosing yourself, you're probably tired. You're probably exhausted. So this is the message that lets you know it's time to choose you.
Learn to be so in love with yourself that no matter what it is, who it is, what it's relating to, you always put yourself first. You always put yourself before anything in life, no matter what it is. Love yourself that deeply. Yeah, not second choice, not third choice, not at all. No, first choice. And if it doesn't help you in any way, mentally, spiritually, physically, you don't do it. That's it.
I think one thing that you really have to learn how to do in adulthood, because this is a marathon, baby, this is not a sprint, is learn how to put yourself first. Because I promise you, the moment that you get out in the real world and realize that a lot of people do not care about how they impact you, how you experience them, but more importantly, how they show up for you, is the moment that you will have to understand that you are the captain of the ship. You are the person that's keeping it afloat. You are the person that's waving the sails. And this is not me telling you to be individualistic, but this is also me telling you that you need to have your best interest in mind. You need to make sure that you're pouring into you. You need to make sure that you are enriching yourself. Because if you're not doing that, if you're not making sure home base is okay, I promise you this. If it's not your mother, maybe even your father, maybe some of your siblings, a lot of other people out here is not going to be worrying about you. And that's why in this era of my life, I make sure that I'm all right at home before I go and I overexert myself to show up for other people. I'm not saying that it's a problem to inconvenience yourself. What I'm saying is inconvenience yourself for bonds that inconvenience themselves for you. Provide consistent effort in bonds that are providing you with consistent effort. And I'll leave y'all with one of the realest things that my uncle ever told me. He said, listen, when you give somebody something from the kindness of your heart, you have to ask yourself if you're willing to not receive anything back. And if you're not okay with the idea of you receiving nothing back, then don't give it to them in the first place. And I'm telling you right now, in this era of my life, I'm not doing the energy exchange. I'm not giving where it's not reciprocated. It's just not in me.
That is not evil. That is growth. Because for years, women were taught that being a good woman meant exhausting yourself for everybody else. Be available, be understanding, be forgiving, be nurturing.
It's really frustrating watching women lose all marbles over men. And it's it's almost like we're programmed. You know, you start out at the womb losing the marbles, and then you come to your marbles and you're like, oh, why was I doing all of that over men? Like, most women don't even realize the true essence and the true nature of men until they get older. If that's still asking a lot. Seeing that trend of when women were in relationships and then when they got out, seeing how women let themselves go when they get in relationships with men, seeing how much women put up with what men do, all of these things. Seeing women think that they're going to get a fairy tale ending from men. And I'm not saying that all men are bad. I'm not. Because all women ain't good. But what I'm saying is that if you are losing yourself in any capacity while being with anybody, you should automatically choose yourself and get out of that situation, whether it's a relationship, which we're talking about, or a friendship or whatever. If you notice yourself breaking out, getting acne, gaining weight, finances funny, you're unstable in the mind, you're doing things that could potentially lead you to the big house, you're unkept, you want to walk out the house looking ugly, for lack of better words, you're having babies and stuff by this man, and all of these tragedies, it should be something in you to be like, damn, I want better for myself, or this ain't right. Something should click. And if something's not clicking in you as a woman, then there's something wrong with you. It's not the man to blame. Men aren't to be blamed, because you can't blame another human being for your decisions and what you choose to stay for. Oh, I was young and dumb. Even when I was in middle school, I would see how some of these men would treat my friends, and I'd be like, oh girl, no, I'm not doing all of that. And I guess it just clicks for others, and I guess some people are just, I don't know. I don't know if it clicks for everybody. But there should be, as a woman, something in you telling you, like, yeah, I need to leave this. This isn't right. Why is this man treating me like this? Why is this man talking to me like this? Why is this man cheating on me? Like, and this isn't a judgment post. I'm not here to judge. But I am here to get you to come to your senses. There's no way that man should get away with the things that he's getting away with. Men know what they're doing every single time. There's no way that you as a woman should be taking care of a grown man. There's no way that you as a woman should be neglecting your looks for a man. There's no way that you as a woman should not be putting yourself first. I don't care that you are a girlfriend. I don't care that you are a wife. You come first always. Always. And if women would just understand that they come first, then you are a wife, then you are a mother, we wouldn't have these trends of women being in relationships being 300 pounds with acne and looking like they just got ran over by a train. Like, we wouldn't have that. And excuse my me being frank, but like, my goodness, it's horrible to watch. And I almost want to comment, what did he look like? Because if you look like that, surely that man looked like something. But he probably didn't. Because men don't neglect themselves when they get into relationships, typically. Women have got to start putting themselves first. We have got to start learning that it's okay to be without. You do the choosing. I don't know why there's this common misconception that men are the chase. Men chase, yes, but women choose. We choose when we want to allow a man to have access to all of us. We choose when we want to have, we choose everything in a relationship. Yes, a man has the right to get on his knee and marry me, but I first have to choose him. Before he can chase me, I have to choose him. I have to choose that man. And we're not learning how to choose. If you aren't automatically attracted to him, I don't care what they say. If he can't provide for you, if he's not showing any type of stability, if he does not align to the woman that you are or that you are designed to be, and that's the problem. A lot of women have no direction without a man. A lot of women do things because they want to get a man. They get dressed up and dolled up because they want to get a man. They do their hair, nails, makeup, everything for a man. You have never sat with yourself and decided, what type of woman do I want to be? And then when the men approach you, does this man have the capability to match my fly when I become that woman? Because I'm never going to stop chasing, and I'm not chasing, but I'm never going to stop striving until I get to that woman. And does that man match you? You desire to be a businesswoman. You desire to be a baddie. I can't really cuss on here because, I got a job. But you desire to be a baddie and stuff, and you desire to be, fit and all that stuff. Does that man match that? Can that man match that? Does he have the capability? You've always wanted a Mercedes, and you sitting here dating a man that can't even put you in a Honda. What's going on? I don't quite understand it. And nobody's telling y'all this. And the women who do tell y'all this, y'all say that they're bitter, they're trash, they're lonely, and y'all, that's why y'all always try to up level women who are single or whatever, because you think because you have a man, you're better. Please. The woman who's winning at life is not the woman who's the wife. It's the woman who chooses herself every day. And while she can be a wife, she can be single. But it's the woman who chooses herself every day. It's the woman who is making her own, who is living in her truth and her self-mastery every single day. That is the woman that is winning in life. And she can be a wife, and she can be single, and she can be a mom, she can be whatever. But as long as you are choosing yourself every single day, you are doing what is necessary for you to succeed and you to win in life. That is the woman that you should be striving to be. A man should be a plus to that always. I've said enough. Girl, I'm tired of seeing it. I really am. But sisters, wake up. Sisters, wake up.
These are some things that you should be doing as a woman if you want to finally put yourself first for once. Trust me, no one is going to do it for you. Number one, pick one day every single week that is your self-care day. This is the day of the week where you are doing your full body shower, your dry brushing, your exfoliating, you're doing your laser treatments, your microneedling if you need to, your blowouts, your nails, everything. For me, this routine takes about an hour and a half, but it's completely worth it. Number two, this year you need to become very clear about what your identity is, what you stand for, your morals, your values, everything. Number three, become extremely selfish, extremely selective about everything. Who you're surrounding yourself with, which parties you're going to, what are you setting up? What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? Even down to what you're wearing. If there's no point of difference, if it's not unique, if it's not special, then you don't need it. This is not the year of blending in and being like every other person. You're not going to be a clone of every other girl you see. No more playing dumb or acting small just so others can feel comfortable. You've worked hard on yourself and it's okay to show that. Lastly, this year, become more direct. When things are weird or people are acting weird, call them out in the moment. Being nice and quiet is going to get you absolutely nowhere. While it is okay to be misunderstood, it's also okay to stand up for yourself. This is part one. Be on the lookout for more and send this to all of your friends that you care about.
Be patient. Basically, be a free therapist with snacks. Meanwhile, some women are out here carrying relationships on their back like they're training for the Olympics. You checking his mental health, helping him build credit, editing his resume, reminding him to call his mama, funding his business idea that somehow still only exists in the Notes app. And he has the audacity to say, I just need space. Space? Sir, you already occupy 97% of this